Hello everyone, I'm Coyote Jack, and this is the most hilarious stuff to this date. Well, or at least it's the hilarious stuff of the current date, and this is from Bounding into Comments. Crapcom survey confirms players care more about accelerating gameplay than superb graphics. So, Crapcom just got a reality check from the consumers they still have. In finally providing actual numeric evidence in support of the ever-growing player sentiment, the results of a recent Crapcom player survey have confirmed that more than also deep narratives or ultra-realistic graphics, what players actually want from their video games are genuinely good gameplay experiences. Oh, imagine my shock! And it's funny how there is these related articles when that Crapcon attempts to run PR for Western localizers, praising how this for keeping games culturally sensitive. And you know the voice actor of Dante from Devil May Cry, how he got kicked out of the Stick Fighter cast because he used to voice Ken Masters, not anymore, thanks to the fucking Wookiees inside Crapcom. And well, Crapcon is not going to fail because you have a lot of fucking consumers that keep consuming from them. And to be honest, I'm going to admit that part of what they pull in is half decent. I say half because, well, I don't like how fucking D-makes are all over the place, especially with Resident Evil 4, and then going with this ultra graphic realistic nonsense just with the latest Resident Evil 7 and 8. Well, not so recent, that's already like 7 is from 2017 and 8 is from 21. And compared to what they used to have, even to 6, yeah, 6 was just like a Gears of War, but still you had a good looking female characters there. Ada Wong, Shirley, and the Leon's companion, which I don't remember her name right now. Well, let's continue with the article. Hosted between February and April 24, the Crapcon Super Election was an open survey which asked players from around the world for their opinions on 10 Crapcon related topics, including their favorite studio character, which game they would like to see receive a sequel, or a remake. You know, Crapcom doesn't have that much of a creativity mindset in making new IPs, let's just say. And what exactly they look for from the developers' offerings. Receiving a final total of 234,000 global responses, much of which came in northern from the United States. So 71,000, and Japan more than 52,000, well, almost 53,000, and Brazil 26,000 surveys. The survey results revealed such as insight as Devil May Cry 5 being the studio currently most popular title. I'm going to say that I was thinking with Devil May Cry 5 because Crapcom was just at the verge of bankruptcy around that time between Resident Evil 7 and Resident Evil 6. They pulled a lot of fucking crap. That's why Crapcom is a name. Just I keep repeating it, and I think I thought that, well, Devil May Cry 5 was giving people what they wanted, and in certain part they delivered. It's not better than Devil May Cry 3, but it's not bad than Devil May Cry 2. I have to say that, yeah, it was a decent game, but you know what happened? They went fucking walk with that fucking, well, it was planned long before, probably during the development of Devil May Cry 5, when they got hacked and all that fucking ESG nonsense came in. Well, let's continue with the article because I just rambling before going to the main dish. Being, being the studio currently most popular title, Mega Man being the second most popular franchise in both the world and Japanese markets, and that, regardless of gender or localization, the fans absolutely love the character of Dante. Yeah, they love him. And imagine if Crapcom just fired entirely this dude. I think they already fired this is Durden. I don't remember the name of the guy, but yeah, he even hosted a stream. Well, at least one of those podcasts on Twitter, and he was explaining that yeah, look how they treat you. Look, he likes Gina Carano, how she posted all the nonsense Disney did to her because he knows how fucking retarded the whole woke ideology is. And even he didn't express it directly. He just got targeted by the fucking communist parasite that they are inside that company, and he lost his job as Game Masters. Let's continue. However, perhaps the most interesting among these informational reveals was the hierarchy regarding what players were looking for in the developers' games. According to the results, players are most concerned with whether or not given game offered accelerating gameplay. So we have one 156,000 votes, unique and adapted characters 136,000, and unpredictable and exciting storylines 95,000. So you while they did this shit with Exoprimal, that fucking shitty battle royale, I think it already flopped. But well, they advertised it with VTubers for Japan. They had it Hololive. And you know what they had it for the West? Fucking mustache tronies. Oh, piece of shit. So. Ah, Ruben Langdon. That's the dude that got removed from Street Fighter. He is the voice of Dante, and probably he already lost his job for that franchise. I don't think that franchise is even coming back without being touched by the kiss of death of SBI. Let's continue. From there, memorable and moving background music, 81,000. The for repeat play, 77. High difficulty levels to feel accomplished and superior, more than 69,000, and novel worldwide, 51,000 each appear to be some importance to players, though not critically so. And finally, as evidenced by their spot in the hierarchy bottom tree, those elements which players considered least important to their enjoyment of a given game were super graphics. $34,000. I almost say dollars, but well, it's like the dollar's opinion. So graphics, all that fucking nonsense that they were bitching about, both in part the PC and primarily fucking console peasants. They were saying, yeah, my graphics, be like fucking Sony interactive movies. Just fuck up, that's not funny. I I really dislike how the gameplay of God of War become with the PS4 era compared to the PS2 and PS3, and the content, nah, show that fucking graphics up your ass. So you have this one, and the offering of a new first-time spirit of new genre. 11,000. That's the thing. If you already crafted a important core of a gameplay that you can actually build games around that. Why you are worried about bringing new people? Just make it good and let people actually do the talking. But since they are focusing even more and more into materialism, you have this overloaded piece of garbage that the gameplay is not rewarding. It's difficult for the wrong reasons. The Souls games are difficult, but they are rewarding because you learn from that mistakes you make across your entire playthrough. With Crapcom, I don't feel that, especially with those Resident Evil games. Or even Street Fighter. I'm more of a SNK guy. I really like a lot of Kino Fighters because I think to this day they revolutionate what a fighting game must be. I really despise how Street Fighter has so fucking little content and characters for one versus one player when you have fucking SNK giving you three versus three player fights with tons of characters, all unique, even fucking diverse and likable, which is the most important part. But you know how they are pushing with the censorship, the FGC nonsense, being a real sport and all that fucking bullshit. Crapcon is not. It's not good. They're just a fucking EA of Japan, but more westernized. Let's continue. Notably, the sentiment that gameplay over graphics was felt near equally by worldwide and Japanese audiences for a very fucking good reason, and I don't need to explain that. Jesus Christ. With accelerating gameplay, ranking first and second, and super graphics. It and seventh, respectively, in each region. So they all were like, yeah, we prefer gameplay than fucking graphics. You can give us that back. You don't need to go like that fucking re-engine. You have been more hyper realistic. I want fucking good gameplay. I want to be entertained. Why they forget that? They keep forgetting that. To this end, while these results may leave various marketing departments across the video game industry utterly confused, they are in reality unsurprising. After all, no matter how impressive a video game may look, despite all the potential ray tracing, face scan character models, or realistic hair physics a developer could possibly cram into it, at the end of the day, no one wants to play an unfun game. Exactly. I want to be entertained. But if I want to see fucking McGrathys, at this point I just go either watch a movie from the old age. I'm not going to see the new stuff. I prefer watching Rocky if I want my realistic graphics. I know it's like a lame comparison, but you know they are selling you this like as in fucking interactive movies. Realistic graphics don't age well, especially if you have seen the PS2 and PS3 era. I mean, well, PS2 era, yeah, it aged horribly. It's horrible. But I have to say, if you made it at least like Taken, at least artistic style, maybe I could say that. But they toned down the jiggle physics. And funny enough, that's the only thing realistic I really want to see in all of these games when they deliver fan service. Because guess what? Booba physics and bot physics are in real life physics. You can see even on girls or women when they are walking across the street, and seems like they are so fixed on toning them down or entirely removing that kind of physics in realistic physics in their realistic game. You know how these fucking jokes end up writing themselves. They are just fucking idiots. Those fucking gaming companies are idiots, especially Crapcom, because it took them fucking years to just doing a fucking survey to have a fucking reality check that, yeah, all this modernism, my westernization, my globalism is not worth it. Uh, well, I think at that point they can even course correct themselves because they have a tons of consumers, and what I said before, what they're producing is still half decent. They compare it to the slabs of the West, or should I say Squeenix, because oh man, fucking Squeenix. They even have a chance to tour back from that cliff. Well, yeah, that's pretty much everything I needed to say here. Oh, and by the way, yeah, I saw that my and Terry Bogard are coming for Street Fighter 6. Imagine how bad the state of Street Fighter 6 is to rely on the same shit that Mortal Kombat has been relying since Mortal Kombat 9. But either way, that's pretty much everything I needed to say here. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a pretty and a wonderful day.